Hey, what's up, guys? This is Max checking in over here in Huntington Beach. About to get into the Hyatt right now. They got a real estate event going on in there. Let's check it out.
Come up here, man. Yeah, let's get it. What happens? I'm sure Chris, Ryan, I'm sure all of us have gone through a lot of shit. But we still keep pursuing, we still keep moving forward. Okay? So, which is seller financing. I bought a lot of property with seller financing. There's no income qualifications, no credit checks, no nothing. Okay? And you'd be surprised how many sellers don't want to get taxed on that capital gains, and they'll go ahead and do the seller financing. Okay, trust me, it happens a lot. Subject to existing mortgage, I got I don't know, probably 10 or 11 or 12 of them in the portfolio that I didn't have to qualify for. I just took somebody else's mortgage, over for them. 3-4%, 5%, but remember, no qualifying, okay? It doesn't go on your credit report, so then now you can still get 10 regular loans. And who's a mortgage broker in here? Right? It's still 10, right? 20. They increased it? No, I'm saying like traditional, it's still 10. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Because non-QM, yes, DSCR loans and stuff like that too, you guys can do, because a lot of my properties are that way too. I pulled out a lot of money at 3 or 4, exactly, unlimited. 3 or 4%, 5% when the market rate was awesome, in 2021. Conventional financing, hard money financing with gap funding. Just the other day I posted that I'm gonna be buying 3 properties. I have the money to buy them all, but I wanted to see if somebody else wanted to, message me and say, hey, listen, I'll lend you some money. Cool. So the other day, somebody reached out to me and we created a relationship. He's been following me for a while, and I ended up getting some, private money for the gap. So I bought a property with none of my money. I'm gonna control it. I'm gonna pay them 12% interest for a period of like maybe 4 or 5 months. And then I'm gonna flip the property. He gets paid, right? He gets paid second because the first is the hard money. Then the second gets paid. But you're gonna be paying the money.
I'm gonna make you fucking proud. Because if I don't, I'm gonna let myself down. And I believe that hell is not the devil. Hell is dying and meeting the person you could have became. Just think about this. Think about dying right now. As Omar said, you're driving home, all of a sudden you end up approaching the gates of heaven, and here comes the person you could have became. That would fucking suck, wouldn't it? That would suck. So I had to make a decision early on that, you know what? I don't care what happens in my life, I'm gonna use it as fuel. I'm going to use it as fuel to propel me forward, because if I don't, I'm doing a disservice to not just him, but to God and to myself. So for all of you right now, I just want you to ask this simple question. Are you playing all out? Are you really giving it your all? If you died today, would you meet the person you could have became? Or would you meet the person that you are? And you give that person a hug, and that person hugs you and goes, you did it, girl. You did it, man. Great fucking job. And every single day I think about that. Nelson Mandela has a quote. It's our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. It's not just in some of us, it's in every single one of us. Orange County, I want to sell real estate in Orange County, and guess what everybody told me? It ain't gonna happen, you little kid. Do you think they're gonna take you seriously, Jesse? There's no freaking way, bro. You're not even taller than I am. That shit ain't gonna happen. You ain't white. You ain't white. That shit's not gonna happen. I'm just being real with you. That's what everybody told me. Everybody told me that, right? So I said, you know what? All right, I get it. But I'm gonna try it. Let's see what happens.
Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Max. I'm with my boy here, Kevin.
I'm Kevin. My name is obviously Kevin Hernandez. I'm a real estate agent / investor. I help other investors pretty much just get deals in that Antelope Valley area. I also help agents. I show them how to generate a lot of leads to their business so they can obviously produce more business. as well. So
Awesome, bro. Awesome. How long have you been doing that for?
3 years.
3 years, man. And what area?
In the Palmdale area, Antelope Valley.
Palmdale area.
An hour north of Los Angeles.
Awesome. And how can people find you on social media?
Yeah, through KH Realty on Instagram, on Facebook, Kevin Hernandez, and those are my only two social medias that I have.
Awesome, awesome. So you need help in that area, hit up my guy Kevin.
Definitely, I'm here to help. Any questions that I can answer, feel free to reach out. Definitely be interested to connect with you guys, and we can learn off of each other.
Being spread out. There's benefits you get having stuff here in California. There's benefits you get having stuff out of state. So for today, we're going to specifically talk about Section 8 rental properties out of state. Him and I right now are on our 37th?
35, 36?
I think it's 37.
Might be 37.
37th property in Alabama. That's not counting all the other stuff, okay? So we're going to share with you guys how we're doing it. And I'm going to let you run the clicker.
Yeah, every single month, whether there's COVID, a pandemic going on, you're getting your rent still. A lot of landlords, if you're in the room through COVID, it was a very difficult time for a lot of landlords because it was a hard time for a lot of people. People were not paying their rent. Section 8 continued to pay everyone's rent on the first of the month without any pause or delay. Section 8 pays more than market rents in a lot of markets. So
The opposite of what you think. They don't destroy the properties. They want to take care of them because they don't. I mean, imagine if I told you, yo, I'm going to pay 100% of your rent for life, and you can pass this voucher down to your kids. Would you want to fuck that up? Now, I grew up on Section 8. Dirt poor, right? I remember those days. We didn't want to fuck it up, right? It was nice having the rent get paid, okay? So this just blows out the misconceptions about Section 8. There's a lot of stigma around it. We talk to other landlords.
Phrases you guys just follow along. You guys will get this. 1, 2, 3, power up. We're gonna do that 3 times. All right. So 1, 2, 3.
Power up!
1, 2, 3.
Power up!
1, 2, 3.
Power up!
Every day of the week I'm getting better and better.
Every day of the week I'm getting better and better.
Every day and every week I'm getting stronger and stronger.
Every day and every week I'm getting stronger and stronger.
Every day and every week I'm getting smarter and smarter.
Every day of the week I'm getting smarter and smarter.
I was born to win.
I was born to win.
I will never surrender.
I will never surrender.
I will always keep going.
I will always keep going.
I was born to be great.
I was born to be great.
Today will be the best day of my life.
Today will be the best day of my life.
No matter what.
No matter what.
I want to start with your story because most people here that know you like I did was like, oh, he owns a self-made, he's a big dog with the gyms. I never knew you did real estate. So take us from like the beginning, like how you busted your chops in real estate, how it turned into the gyms, and then we'll get into like how you're incorporating real estate into the gym stuff and all that good stuff. Let's start at the beginning.
And at 22, I met this man by the name of Frank Galante. He used to own Century 21 Right. And he, at dinner table one time, would always go over to his house and, shoot the shit. He would ask me how my work week was, and I told him, hey, it sucks. I fucking hate it. And so one time at dinner, he just slammed his hand on the table and said, what the fuck are you gonna do? Just like that. And automatically, I'm a real alpha male because I grew up fighting.
You nah.
So always, I was about to like puff up on the guy. And something inside me again told me, just calm down, listen to the man. And I did. And he's like, you know what, Miguel, you need to do real estate. I was like, you communicate well, you're bilingual, everybody likes you, you do really well. And I was like, well, what is that? I didn't even know. I was like, I build houses now, I do the commercial side, but what do you mean real estate? Well, yeah, like selling the home, selling the commercial, selling all that stuff. I was like, well, tell me what it is. And as he's explaining that to me, I'll always have this gift in the sense of like, if somebody that I either Mercedes outside, his family loved him, I mean, looked like the dude was just balling, right? And as a 21, 22-year-old kid, broke as hell, I'm like, shit, I want his life. So as he's telling me this stuff, I'm like, all right, what do I gotta do? I just basically envisioned of what life could be like. And I have this saying that, procrastination is death. You don't procrastinate on your thoughts and your ideas because at that point you pretty much dig your own grave. So that's what got me into real estate, the opportunity to have somebody believe in something in me just by getting to know me. 2007, 8, and 9 is that every real estate agent that I came encounter with, mostly, I would say that 98% of them, 2% that were kind of on top of their game doing their thing, but 98% of them were doing dinosaur real estate. They're still trying to do door knocking, and I'm not knocking it. You know, there's good and bad to everything that you do. But one thing that I leveraged was social media platforms. By the time 2009 hit, when the recession was, slightly on the back come up, I was very aggressive with that approach that I ended up selling. That was my first year making $1 million take home in commissions.
This is 09, 10?
Yeah, 2009. In a recession, you know, and I sold, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Were you flipping at that time or just?
No, I was just buying and selling, dude. Yeah, I was working 7 days a week. 7 days a week, buying and selling, and I was pissed off because I didn't break my 100. I had 4 more in escrow. I was going to be over that 100, but I sold 98 homes in 1 year. And we're talking from all aspects, from Riverside County to San Diego County to LA County. I was everywhere. I always told people, it's like, when everybody was classifying themselves as like REO agents or short sale specialists, it's like, nah, man, I'm a fucking realtor. So I'll help you wherever you're at. I'm gonna be able to do what I gotta do, and that's it. So I was able to commute and keep that business going. But one thing about being prideful to a certain degree, you know, I ran that office with a lot of pride and a lot of ego. You get this young poor kid from Riverside making millions at this point, and you can imagine my head wouldn't fit through that door. And it was one of those things like boiler room too, either get the fucking job done or get off. I ended up, letting all this thing go to my head. And when that happened, I lost a good 80% of my revenue. I overextended myself. I had put myself in situations financially that I shouldn't have. And I was the big baller, you know. I had every brand new BMW outside. I had the house on the golf course, just like Frank did. And then I lost it all. I ended up having to file bankruptcy. But one of the worst things about bankruptcy is, again, letting pride and ego get the best of me. So I, by 2012, filed bankruptcy, gave everything back, but I didn't let it define me. I've been in shitty situations my whole entire life, and I never let them define me, so why start then, you know? I literally had every influencer in the Costa Mesa location training out of there, so the exposure, and I built this whole company off of social media. Not one sales team, not nothing. Every video that you see from the beginning was created by me. Now we have content creators, like my content creator right there, Kayla, she's the dopest. So, you know, we have, everything was just organic, raw, but different, you know, and it grabbed people's attention. I always tell people, look, I can expose anything, but I want to grab your attention. And it's all storytelling, it really was. And really giving the value into the personal trainer. So now we're 28 locations, 9 different states, we franchise.
Oh, wait, don't just run right over that. Go ahead. 28 locations.
Yeah, 28
9 different states. Let me get it! That's amazing.
Yeah, and that was all in a short period of time of 8 years. And that's with COVID. Like COVID, I mean, literally they're trying to shut me down. I was facing 10 years in prison. I had $500,000 in fine, but I kept giving them the middle finger.
Yeah. So, 2 things I'm gonna ask you. So, one, what's next, right? What's the vision for Self-Made? Like, are you trying to take it to 100 gyms, 1,000 gyms, or whatever? And then, are you still real estate? What are your plans with real estate? How's it all tying together?
And you see they go hand in hand. And for me, I love all of it. So it's like second nature to me. Real estate to me just comes to me like that. I've been flipping still. I just got featured on HGTV, Flipping 101. We did a flip in Long Beach, bought it for $1 million, turned around, sold it for 1.6, had 250 in it. Big return on that one. We just did another one in Costa Mesa right before that. So I've always still stayed in real estate. I love real estate. So I'm planning right now. I'm building a team with EXP, and they got phenomenal systems. A lot of stuff. So I have my own brokerage, which is Self-Made Real Estate, and we're going to convert that into EXP. Due to the fact of the liability, the resources, the amount to collaborate nationally and internationally is insane to me.
Especially because you have the reach on social media to network with people all around the world. It's crazy.
Exactly. And then so I'm doing that with real estate. I'm going to still obviously keeping my eyes on flips always. Definitely learning from you on the Section 8 aspect of it, because I think that's crucial. I still own some rental properties I sit and hold. I love the sit and hold ones. I mean, for the right demographics, right, the right areas. And then with Self-Made, I mean, we're going international. We're building. We got 13 in pre-approval stages right now. We got 3 of them being built out right now. Another one in Texas, which is Fort Worth. One in Folsom, Sacramento, and another one in Richmond, Virginia.
Wow. That's awesome. How are you, back to the real estate stuff, like when you're doing fix and flips, how are you getting those deals? Are you buying them from wholesalers, or do people just bring you deals because of your reputation at this point, or?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
So in the very beginning, it was always searching myself. Then the wholesaling came about, and it came out super aggressive, and I think that's super smart. It's like easy, especially if the numbers all make sense. You're turning and burning, you're in and out. So a lot of it is, all three factors. Definitely exposure. Social media, I do get a lot of DMs and a lot of text messages and or emails too. Now people finding the connection to the email. And some of them are good, some of them are garbage, but it's a numbers game, and it all really depends. And it really depends also on the demographic, geographically where you're going to be doing these. For me, I'm old school like you. I never really stepped out of state, and now that's the next venture, stepping out of state.
Well, now you got gyms all over the country, so it
Everywhere.
makes sense anyway.
And that's going to go hand in hand with EXP, because you got to think about it. I'm real big on entrepreneurship. I'm really, I want to say rags to riches, because that gets used a lot, but you know what I'm saying? I come from nothing, dude. I literally come from the bottom. And I see a lot of my personal trainers that are young, aggressive, hustlers, just like
you
us.
were.
Yeah, dude. And I want to give them the opportunity to get into real estate. So if I can mentor them to, hey, look, crush it in personal training, but that's just one step, one peak. Let's get you on another peak.
Yeah.
Or you can do both.
Yeah.
You should diversify yourself in something that you love doing where it's second nature. Don't be that entrepreneur though that does like 20 different things. Like, what is it? Tradesman of all, master of none. You don't want to be that.
Yeah, that's fire. Let's give it up for Miguel, guys.